Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the City Caucus meeting to order for Monday, May 10, 2021. We have two public hearings this evening. Public hearing number one, if the clerk can please read.
Public hearing number one regarding proposed 2021-2022 HUD Annual Action Plan.
Public hearing number two, if the clerk can please read.
Public hearing number two regarding amending Chapter 248 of the Administrative Code of the City of Schenectady related to the impoundment and redemption of all-terrain vehicles.
Thank you. We have 8 items for original consideration. The clerk can please read item number one.
Item number one for original consideration, a resolution authorizing an agreement with Restorative Mindset Incorporated for the maintenance and use of the Bellevue baseball field.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number two, if the clerk can please read.
Item number two for original consideration, a resolution authorizing of 127 Clayton Road.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number three, if the clerk can please read.
Item number three for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 561 Clarendon Street.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number four, the clerk can please read.
Item number four for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 578 Crane Street.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number five, the clerk can please read.
Item number five for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 820 Locust Avenue.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number six, if the clerk can please read.
Item number six for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 926 Cleveland Avenue.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number seven, if the clerk can please read.
Item number seven for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 959 Emmett Street.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. Item number eight, if the clerk can please read.
Item number eight for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a revocable permit number 660, Wind Supply of Schenectady for a sign that will encroach the city's right-of-way at 1721 State Street.
Discussing committee without objection and consent. If there's nothing more to come before the City Council caucus, I would like to ask a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned. I would like to call the City Council meeting to order for Monday, May 10, 2021. And I would like to call on Reverend Ronald Hunt for prayer invocation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us reflect for a moment. First, let me say thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for our many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we have. We need to fulfill our callings for knowledge, for sustenance, and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibility. Thanks as well for the freedom to share and listen to information and counsel from your constituents, which includes the freedom to respectfully disagree with you. Thank you for this democracy that all can be heard. A quote from Stephen Covey: most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. In ancient books, it is said that citizens ought to obey the governing authorities, since those very authorities were established to promote peace, order, and justice. In present times, things seem more complex. Therefore, I pray for our mayor, for the various levels of city officials, and, in particular, for this assembled council. I am asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of the welfare and true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and rightness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives and joy in their task. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give them your full attention when they speak, and vice versa. The purpose of this gathering is to benefit those who live and work in and around our beloved city of Schenectady. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would like to call on Ms. Patrick to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Michael, can you please complete a roll call?
Ms. Porterfield,
Here.
Ms. Zaluski-Walzunas,
Here.
Ms. Patrick,
Here,
Mr. Palomini,
Here.
Mr. Barron.
Present.
Thank you.
We have two public hearings this evening. A reminder that we have extended the public comment for the public hearing portion to 4 minutes. I also respectfully ask that each person comment only on the subject relevant to the public hearing itself. Public hearing number 1 regarding the proposed 2021-2022 HUD Annual Action Plan. Ms. Diaz, were there any comments submitted for this public hearing, and would you like to summarize them?
Good evening. Yes, the city of Schenectady received just about 70 public comments to date for the 2021-2022 action plan. The last date to receive comments is May 26th. So we're still accepting comments, and we are going to post all of them on the development webpage for reference. We've also distributed the ones we've received so far to the council. All of the comments received support a first-time initiative that brings youth programs and organizations together as a collaboration. And the youth project is called the Schenectady's Youth Coalition. It's comprised of 17 programs, and the comments and letters received support this initiative. So the number of comments received for the following organizations are: the Hamilton Hill Art Center received 24 comments, ranging from longtime supporters of the center to alumni who expressed how the Hamilton Hill Art Center made a difference in their lives. Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Capital Region received 16 comments from mentors, mentees, and parents in support of their program and the positive impact it's had. This is also part of the Youth Coalition. Young Parents United received 3 support letters from the Little Foundation, attorney Maria Vidal, and the Career Support Specialist at the Boys and Girls Club of Schenectady. working group on girls received 3 comments in support from board members and mentors, which serves middle and high school girls in the city. Create Community Studios received 2 letters in support of their partnership with the Youth Coalition and the work they're doing throughout the city with youth. The remaining letters and comments received are all for support of the Youth Coalition exclusively. So all of the comments received were in support. Like I said, we're going to post all these to the website and have distributed them to the council. I don't know if you want me to read them or if this is sufficient.
The summary is okay, Ms. Dean.
Okay, great. And I think that's it.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this public hearing? Please click on the raise hand icon. Seeing none, I declare this public hearing closed. Public hearing number 2, amending Chapter 248 of the Administrative Code of the City of Schenectady related to the impoundment and redemption of all-terrain vehicles. Ms. Michael, were there any comments submitted for this public hearing? And if so, can you please read?
No, Mr. Mutivaran, there were no comments submitted.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on this public hearing number 2? Ellie Pepper, please proceed.
Good evening, council members. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please proceed.
Good evening, council members, Council President Mudavaran and Mayor McCarthy. My name's Ellie Pepper. I live in the Eastern Ave neighborhood in Schenectady. I do not agree with the changes being made to this code. It feels mean-spirited, is unnecessarily punitive, and seems designed specifically to ensure that any owner of an off-road vehicle that dares to use it on a public thoroughfare or in a public park even once will lose the vehicle. There's a fine of $500, a redemption fee of $2,300, plus towing and daily storage fees. The total cost to regain ownership is more than the cost of most dirt bikes. And additionally, there is the possibility of jail time attached to this. What happens when someone can't pay that $500 fine? Is this an offense punishable by jail time if they can't pay the fine? Since according to what I've been hearing, most council members say it is mostly children on these off-road vehicles, what's the intent here? Is this really how we want children to be introduced to policing in Schenectady? Will police officers and cruisers be chasing children on off-road vehicles through the streets or through a park? Why not instead consider a system of warnings before dropping the hammer on anyone that is caught? I agree that it's dangerous for children and adults to be riding unregistered off-road vehicles on sidewalk roads and through parks where people are not expecting to see motorized vehicles. But I think it's important to take a step back right now and consider maybe engaging with the community in a conversation and get input about why this is happening and how it might be addressed. And I encourage you to do more than just posting an announcement about that community engagement on the city website and publishing a notice in the Gazette. What's important is that you engage with organizations that are trusted in the communities where this is happening most often, so that you're certain to get real and useful input on the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Dean Marabito.
Yeah, I'm going to be, this is Dean Marabito. I live in the Eastern Avenue section of Schenectady. And I will be, commenting also on some of the things that Ms. Pepper discussed. And the first thing about the fines exceeding $500, not to exceed 15 days in jail or both, and then redemption fee of $2,350. And then after 60 days, the vehicle can be sold. If the vehicle is sold, who will be getting the money for that? And on section 248-101C, it says there's a $70 towing hauling fee, and then plus $20 per day for the vehicle to be impounded. And it just ends up probably being over $3,000 for people to retrieve their vehicles. That just seems completely out of hand. And I saw nothing about a first warning in the writing. And if you don't pay the $500 fine, also, again, what happens to most people who probably wouldn't be able to afford that either? Would it be jail time? That would seem very outrageous. And it seems like this could possibly be creating a road to put young people into the criminal justice system. And I use the word justice in quotations because this seems like something that's not very just, this legislation. It also seems to be a way to be punitive and seize possessions in an effort to control behavior. Has there been or will there be any discussion by the City Council to find non-punitive alternatives to deal with this issue? I would hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on public hearing number 2? Seeing none, I declare the public hearing number 2 closed. Can I have an approval for the minutes for April 26, 2021? Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Ms. Michael, are there any communication and petition?
Communications presented to the City Council for Monday, May 10th, 2021. Under official, there were none. Under general, there were none. And under petitions, there were none. Thank you.
Thank you. Committee reports from my colleagues. We'll move into privilege of the floor related legislative agenda. Ms. Michael, do you have any submission for the legislative agenda? And if so, can you please read?
No, Mr. Mutivaran, there were no submissions for the legislative agenda.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on the legislative agenda item? Dean Marabido, please proceed.
I did not sign up for that, sorry.
Sorry. Seeing none, I declare this portion closed. Can I have approval for the legislative consent agenda? Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Privilege of the floor regarding general city business. Ms. Michael, do you have any submission for this section?
Yes, from Alex Addison, online submittal regarding the level of noise at Frog Alley and asking for assistance addressing this quality of life issue. That is all, Mr. Mutivaran.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak regarding city business? Seeing none, I declare this portion closed. And I will move into miscellaneous business of the council, my colleague.
Yeah, Mr. Mutivaran?
Please proceed.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the passing of Tony Bellevue, who was a regular person that would come to City Council, always gave his opinion and just wanted to bring things to the council attention. Mr. Bonone passed away a few weeks ago, and, just he'll be missed. And I always appreciate anyone people that come from the community to raise their voice and to give their input to the council. So just want to acknowledge his passing and give condolences to his family. Also want to just call attention to the very unfortunate accident that happened at the corner of Millard and Broadway. This is an intersection that we heard about a lot at the council meeting from a woman who used to come on a regular basis. So it's unfortunate that someone lost their life there, and hopefully we can do something that would create a better crossing at that particular section. So, and I want to congratulate Cornerstone Bakery. This is a group of young people who work under Community Fathers to, they have a bakery now, and they had their debut at the Green Market this weekend. So you may have seen an article in the paper and just the young people doing entrepreneurship. So it was really great to see. And so I just want to congratulate the young people and say, keep up the good work, definitely. Just want to thank all the pastors that came out for the National Day of Prayer meeting at City Hall, and just lifting up not only the city but the country, and gathering on that day as they do every year is greatly, greatly appreciated. Want to recognize CDTA for partnering with the city and the Green Market to do the trolley that will come to some specific neighborhoods to bring people down to the Green Market. And so I'm looking forward to this being a great venture and for more and more people having access and enjoying the beautiful time that it is at the Green Market. It was really nice again this weekend. And so just looking forward to that starting on May 16th, where people can come from Hamilton Hill, Mount Pleasant, and the North Side, take the trolley down and have access to the market. And I want to thank, there's a group out there called the Schenectady Street Sweepers who have taken it upon themselves to organize and just pick up litter across the city. So, they open up to anybody could join them. So I just want to thank citizens who decided that this is something that's a concern in our community, and we're going to take the initiative to go ahead and do it. And nobody has to ask us or pay us or any of that. So just wanted to give a shout out to the Schenectady Street Sweepers. And also a shout out to our own sanitation worker today. I was driving down the street about 10:30 in the morning. It was garbage collection on this particular on Albany Street, and I noticed a sanitation worker who was had a shovel. Some trash had spilled, and he was sweeping into the shovel to throw into the back of the truck. And I know often we hear that the garbage men, they threw my cans here, or they left stuff in the street. But today, I personally witnessed a person going the extra mile to say, hey, I can't leave it like this. So I took the time to stop, roll down my window, and to say thank you for doing that. And he said, I can't leave a mess here. So just want to say thanks to that city worker who said, this is important. My job is important enough for me to leave the streets looking decent when I finish. So thank you again. Didn't know his name, but he knows who he is at that time on that route. Thank you very much.
Mr. President?
Please proceed.
I wanted to also add to what Ms. Porterfield had to say, to also thank the county actually for the vaccinations that are also being done during the Green Market time over at the library, over at the Karen B. Johnson Library on Clinton. During the Green Market time, if folks aren't vaccinated yet and want to just stop over there, they can get their vaccinations. So it's Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. over at the library. So I think the Green Market's really opening up, a lot of opportunity, a lot of possibilities. And I too also congratulate them and CDTA for this new partnership, because I think it's so important to make sure that folks from all over the city can get down to the Green Market and have access to the wonderful fresh food that and vegetables that are there at the Green Market. So congratulations on that partnership. I look forward to hearing the numbers, and hopefully folks will really get the word out there about that trolley service. Thank you.
Mr. Mudavarren?
Please proceed.
Yep. As though we still haven't had a very good stretch of weather yet, but regardless, it is a little bit warmer, and complaints have been coming in unfortunately fast and furious about noise and music, and just ask people to be respectful of their neighbors and put the music at appropriate levels. And just remember, people don't necessarily want to hear loud music and hear what you have to play. So please keep it at a respectful level. Similarly, the issue of litter is just becoming even bigger issue as we proceed into spring and summer. We've had all the cleanups in the neighborhoods, and a lot of trash was picked up, which quite frankly shouldn't have to be done. And I witnessed someone, I went over and picked up the garbage after they did it, but witnessed someone just open their doors and throw their trash outside their car. Um, you know, Stop being a pig. Pick up your stuff, throw it out appropriately. There's no reason for you to be throwing your trash all over the place. The vast majority of people in the city do a very good job of wanting to have a clean property, but there's a small portion of people who just want to be disrespectful, and it just harms everyone. And I know this is one of the things I get complaints about one of the most, is just this lack of respect and the amount of trash. So these issues are coming to the forefront as we move into spring further and summer, and just ask people to have some respect and, quite frankly, pick up after yourselves. Thank you.
Mayor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have any comments or updates for the council tonight. Everyone stay safe, have a pleasant evening, and we'll see you next Monday night.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Have a
You
good
too.
night.
Bye-bye.